Just 6 weeks ago, I was having a carpy chat on the phone with my friend Richard, putting the worlds to rights and just talking through all things carp fishing. One of the things we were saying is from the good old days, fishing has lost its magic somewhat. With the rise of social media and the fact that everyone's so well connected, you know everything about certain lakes, what fish they are, what size they are. It's really lost that sense of mystery that we used to strive for when we first went fishing. And then we thought, how can we capture that again? How can we really go out there and just do it? And that's when the conversation of Europe come up. After fishing a public lake this spring, it really inspired me, knowing that there's these fish out there that not many people have really got the cojones to go out there and chase. So then it was decided, after a few messages to some of the best anglers across Europe, friends and friends of friends, we pretty much had a plan set out. We got a couple of venues in France, a few venues across Belgium, and we're even going into Holland to fish some absolutely awesome lakes. It really has come together. Currently, we're on a public lake in France. We're going to do a night here. We've just pre-baited a canal. So we're going to drop onto the canal tomorrow. Hopefully we'll catch a fish either here or at the canal, but who knows? It's fishing at the end of the day. Then we're going to head into Belgium and meet a couple of our friends and then head into Holland. So join us along the way. Hopefully we can bag a couple of Euro carp.
First bit of excitement for the day, bobbin just dropped down and then pulled back up tight and held there. Didn't really expect it to be a carp and it wasn't. Lovely little tench, not what we're after, but get spending the rod. First fish from France, so get this little chap back. Right up, straight into the lead and back to the waters.
We've just had a little visit from our friend Garde de Pêche. He was clearly happy to see us. Communicated just in French, not a single word in English, and let's be honest, why should he speak English? It's his land. Yeah, we showed him the licenses. He was quite happy with that, although he said we paid too much for them and it was far too expensive because we bought them online.
30 euros for a week didn't seem too bad, but apparently it could have been 10.
10 euros, I think.
But I think we kind of got the message that he kind of knew we were night fishing, which
naughty, no night fishing.
Not meant to be. So basically, I think that's kind of the end of it on here. We're going to have a quick pack up. I think we'll shoot off down the canal. Obviously put a bit of bait in there. So
yeah, hopefully the spots will have already kicked, a few fish will be down there, and this canal looks absolutely awesome. So hopefully we can catch our first Euro carp on there.
That's it, quick night on there, and then
bang on.
Off to Belgium.
Just had a walk up and down this stretch of canal with the Polaroids on, looking at all the spots. You see that all the maize that we put in is completely gone. One spot in particular had a load of bream on, and a couple of young French lads decided to fish it, and one of them fell in and shouted help, help. So we've had to run up and literally just lift him out on the high banks. Rich had to give me a hand because this guy was not getting out. Rich has got 3 rods out, I'm about to put my rods out, and hopefully between me and Rich we might be able to nick a fish. We've got a single night here, we're fishing out of the car. from the photo albums, we've seen some awesome fish. They go up to about 30 pounds and there's a pretty low stock, but I tell you what, to get a picture of one fish here with this awesome structure, you'll be proper urban, and that's exactly what we want. I want one of those in my photo album. Now, no good. Better. Again, better. It's just, well, on his last run. He's in. Hairy fight. Well, that was right the way up the far bank, and as soon as I hooked it, I felt it come straight across the weed. Really strange fight. Didn't know what it was at first, really had to put some side strain on it, debating whether to run up there with a rod, but then I thought maybe I'll give it some slack, but he's in the net, he's fair game, come on. Well, there she is, absolutely nailed bottom lip. Just a little 20mm tip with a bit of foam just to add some buoyancy back into the bait, and that wasn't going nowhere. As you can see, completely pristine mouth, quite possibly never been caught before. Do the honours, Rich. 24-2. It's a shame this isn't in the day, because this is an absolutely immaculate looking kind of bronze, awesome common. It's a bit of a weird shape, but it's a lovely fish. Immaculate mouth, and just one of the many awesome fish that's in these French canals. I'm so pleased to have caught this. An absolute crazy fight. I was fishing a rod quite far down the bank, right the way along the margin. So as soon as I hooked into it, it was like trying to play it against a wall. Really had to put a lot of side strain on it, and finally managed to coax it out into open water. The braided shock leader, because there's a lot of weed, that made for interesting playing of the fish, and it dumped the lead. It was a little bit scary. I thought I might lose it a couple of times, but it's come in, and France hasn't beaten us. Yes, get in. Back she goes. We need to be doing a more important job, dude.
What?
Getting the landing hook.
Oh, fuck.
Usain Bolt did the 100 metres in under 10 seconds. think I probably just hit that myself. Got to the rod and it was absolutely screaming off. I'm connected to another one. Well, who needs the gym when you can get training like that? My friend texts me with the words, "Canal fish never travel alone." Got another one in the net now, so I'm just going to rig this up as quick as possible and get it out there. The light is going to start to get really bright soon, and probably they're not going to be on the shallow spot where I've just caught this and the other one. So get this out as quick as possible and maybe nick another one. On the scales, this one has gone £21.14. Of course, not the most monstrous fish, but it's the second fish from this canal, and it's an awesome colour. It's like this chestnut brown. It's got these little starburst scales along the back. What amazing fish! But it's like 10 o'clock now, and we need to get on our way to Belgium, really. So chase a few more of these canal monsters. Quality.
Just as we were getting everything ready, sorting the car out, trying to get everything ready to get back on the road again, my middle rod gave a couple of beeps, and it obviously gone through some weeds, so it didn't really give it the proper indication. By the time we got to the rod, it was right up down to the left hand side of the canal, right where Callum was fishing. So we got in a bit of a tangle, to be totally honest, and it made hard work landing the fish. But we managed it eventually. Not a massive fish by any means. Lovely little dark common. Probably one that's bred on in here. But you never know, in the next few years this could be one of the real big uns that everyone's targeting, 30-40 pounds. But at the moment, it's just a pristine little common, but most importantly, saves me blanking in France with about an hour to spare. So, let's get him back, get the car sorted, and we'll be on our way.
Car's loaded, we're ready to rock and roll. Belgium was always going to be the hardest part of this whole carp tour. We'd originally planned, for want of a better word, just wing it. We put in the destination, we intended to go into the sat-nav, and we just suddenly realised that this probably isn't going to work. We can't just turn up on a canal and do some nights, because that's probably a good way to end up in handcuffs. We decided to drop a message to a friend of a friend, and we set up a meeting with an awesome Belgium angler. He's kind enough. I randomly texted him saying, "Hey, I'm Callum, I know this person and this person, can you show me some places to fish? I'm pretty much going to be there in a few hours." They text back, "No problem." Awesome Belgian community spirit, the whole of Europe. They're all just so willing to help. So we're heading to this guy's hometown now, and we're probably going to do a night on the canal and get a little bit of inside knowledge of where to fish. So I'm really excited. This is going to be awesome. Currently at the Esso, which I know all too well. We need fuel for the car and fuel for the belly, because we haven't eaten since this morning, because we were too busy catching fish, weren't we, Richard?
We had a couple.
We had a few.
Yeah, so I need some green fuel. Wrong one would be disaster.
We don't want that to happen.
Do we even know what language we're speaking?
Belgique.
Do you know what language you're speaking?
I speak geezer fluent.
What's that?
The pepperoni with like red. Crazy.
Choco. Choco Lucis. What's that?
When in Belgium. Waffles with Belgian chocolate.
No carp talk. What's that all about?
23,500. We have essentials. We have cappuccinos, macchiatos, smoothies, waffles and hula hoops. What more could you possibly want? Maybe a big carp?
Yeah, a big carp would do me.
Big carp and a chocolate waffle.
Might be a Frankie and Benny's.
Excellent. Same.
Oh, what? Get into that. Oh, yes. Yeah, 16-inch brolly with the.
Shit, I meant to take the second hit. Fucking got distracted by the brolly. Joe FM.
You're listening to Joe FM. Nothing but mediocre tunes all day long. Retro back until you like it.
Welcome to Belgique. J'ai attrapé le grand carp, oui. And the Belgique, le cap, c'est bon marché. So who is this geezer that we are meeting?
Ah, our friend is here.